weightlifter is a man.
Shocking. Donald Trump says he'll be in trouble with Melania as he impersonates trans athlete in speech to college grads. Donald Trump told a crowd of college graduates this week that his wife, Melania Trump, gets very upset when he does certain impressions, moments before launching into an impression of an apparent transgender athlete.
Record stood for 18, think of it, 18.
On Thursday, May 1st, the 78-year-old president spoke to soon-to-be graduating students at the University of Alabama at the school's Coleman Coliseum ahead of graduation ceremonies, as he gave them advice before incorporating his own rhetoric on trans athletes in collegiate sports. You see the weightlifting, where they had a record that wasn't broken in 18 years. And they have. Should I imitate it? You know, my wife gets very upset when I do this, Trump said during his speech streamed by the White House.
Hit at levels that they've never seen before. But the greatest...
She says, darling, it's not presidential. I say, yeah, but people like it. Should I do it or not? As some in the audience cheered, the president said, all right, I'm in trouble when I get home. But that's okay, what the hell? I've been in lots of trouble before. Trump then pretended to be a transgender athlete lifting weights and trying to surpass a record that stood for 18 years, as he winced and proclaimed, Mom, I'm gonna do it for you.
For 18, think of it, 18 borders. Let everybody in the whole world flow.
He then pretended to toss his weights to the side. And then a guy comes along, or a gal or whatever, Trump says. A transitioned person comes along. And she was a failed weightlifter as a man. But she comes along, 206 pounds, they put the little weight on, and she goes boom, boom.
This is not working. This is not going to work. Hit at levels.
The president later claimed that the unnamed athlete broke the record, before he launched into asides about swimming, track and told the crowd that he aimed to protect women, and everybody. According to a recap from the Associated Press, Trump's speech also included claims that the 2020 election was rigged, and that courts were trying to prevent his campaign promises. As the outlet reports, students had the option of attending the speech, which was billed as a special event ahead of graduation ceremonies that begin Friday. Although Trump described it as a commencement address.
Borders. Let everybody in the whole world flow.
The speech comes months after Trump signed a February 5 executive order intended to bar transgender athletes from participating in women's sports. Months earlier, NCAA President Charlie Baker told a Senate panel in December that he was aware of fewer than 10 transgender athletes competing in college sports of the roughly 510,000 student athletes at the time, as reported by The Hill. That's what we can say. Don't forget to support our channel by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing. We thank you all for your support.
Weightlifter is a man, but he comes along.